got a group at number 21 on WJRD's Top 11 Plus 50 survey, October 31st, 1966. You never hear them played on the oldie stations. As a matter of fact, you seldom hear them even on XM 60s on 6. And they were sort of popular, not real big, but they were pretty popular for a while, for a couple of years back in the 60s. Talking about the Pozo-Seco singers. I Can Make It With You Baby at number 21 on WJRD survey. And Don Williams, Lofton Klein, and Susan Taylor, they made up the Pozo-Seco singers. Started out when Don Williams, he later became a famous country star later on in the 70s and 80s, and Lofton Klein, they performed together in the Corpus Christi area. They called themselves the Strangers 2. And they met Susan Taylor, and they formed the Pozo-Seco Singers, a three-person group, and they came out with a song called Time. Time was written by a guy his name was Michael Merchant. The song was written by a guy named Michael Merchant, who was musically associated with Susan Taylor, and the song became a regional hit for them. It was released off a small record label called the Edmark record label, took off in San Antonio, and then it became popular in Texas, and Columbia Records, I believe it was Columbia Records, it's a major record label. It was Columbia Records, took notice. It was taken off regionally, and they picked up the record. They released it nationally. It went to number 47 on Billboard's Hot 100. They put out an album that was well received in 1966. And the summer of '66, the Pozo-Seco singers, they debuted a brand new single called "I Can Make It With You, Baby." And by the way, one other thing about the previous single, Time. One thing that Columbia one thing about the song that raised some eyebrows, considering that they were a new group, Time went to number 3 on the adult charts, the adult contemporary charts. So now, I Can Make It With You, it was written by Chip Taylor. Chip Taylor, the guy who wrote Wild Thing and Angel of the Morning, he wrote that one. And that did a little bit better than Time. It went to number 32 on Billboard's Hot 100, featuring the lead vocals, that deep voice of Don Williams. I mean, you just recognize that voice just right off, Don Williams. And here it is. Oh, by the way, Jackie DeShannon did a version of that song. She released a competing version of it, but she was beat out by the Pozo-Seco singers. Nice record. Not a great record. It's not an earth-shattering record. It's not a seminal classic like I Want to Hold Your Hand or Light My Fire by the Doors, but it's just a nice song to listen to. Just to chill and listen to. Number 21 on WJRD's Top 11 Plus 50 survey. It is Pozo-Seco singers. I Can Make It With You, Baby.